Greg. Hi, gorgeous. How are you?
I want to thank you all for being here. As I've seen you trickle in tonight, it's been very heartwarming to see everybody show up. It's just been a really terrible few days. So when we woke up on Sunday and heard this tragedy occurred, I heard this personally, and I think I knew that I was going to have to be on the mic at some point and talk, but I didn't know what I was going to say. And somehow the Barrie Pride team, we all got together and planned this vigil when really all we wanted to do was attend the vigil, because this is where the catharsis is, this is where the heart is. Somehow we pulled it together, and I'm really appreciative of the Barrie Pride team and everybody else who pulled together to make this evening happen. Last week was Barrie Pride week. On Saturday, we had the Barrie Pride parade and the festival, and it was amazing. And then we woke up on Sunday and it was horrible, because this horrible thing happened in Orlando. And I didn't know what I was going to say, other than what I usually say at these things is people always ask me, why do we need pride? And I've always thought that the answer to that question was self-evident, but for some people it's not. Gosh, I wasn't sure I was going to do this. I've got some, occasionally we get phone calls into the Barrie Pride voicemail, and basically this leads into, why we do what we do. I just want to play you a phone call that we got the other day, about why we need pride. So I'm hoping this works on the mic here.
I'm calling as I'm reading the headline in the Barrie paper, and I just think it's not necessary to have a parade. I don't know what your motivating factor is. I'm not prejudiced about anything towards anyone, but I just feel strongly that this is just inappropriate. We don't have a heterosexual parade, so I just think it's not a necessary thing to have, and it's usually very inappropriately done. That's my opinion. Bye for now.
Those are the kind of phone calls that we get at Barrie Pride. People saying that we don't need a pride parade. Here's a message that came in after our pride parade on Saturday and after the news of Orlando was public. This is a phone call that came into the Barrie Pride voicemail.
What's next? National Pedophile Week?
So these are the kind of messages that we get, and these are the things that let us know that we still need pride, okay? Because there's lots of people out there who say that, there's same-sex marriage now, so it's done. But then, we wake up on yesterday morning, and I read the headline, and here's the quote of the headline. It says, "Orlando couple hope to marry one day. Now they will have a joint funeral." And so when I read that headline, I don't know what to do with that information. When someone talks about spending their life with somebody and then all of a sudden what they're going to have instead is funerals together, I just don't know where to put that information in me. I don't know how we absorb that as a community. And so I think maybe from now on, when people ask me, why do we need Pride? I'm just going to say this, because I think maybe instead of coming up with something creative for why Pride is important, when actually it's self-evident, is harmful and hurtful to our community, and what we should do is try to celebrate instead. And I'm glad that we're here tonight to honor the memory of these victims in Orlando. And even though we are so separated in distance from them, we can still find our heart here and bring it to bear. So thank you so much. I just want to thank you again from Barrie Pride. Thank you all for being here, and we're going to open it up to some speakers now. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Andrew Baker, and I'm the president of Barrie City Pride. I woke up Sunday morning, and my first reaction was to shut down media, because I didn't want to look at what was going on in terms of the negative that was happening. Not that I didn't want to look at the event. And then the next event that I did was I spent time calling friends and colleagues of mine who live in St. Petersburg, and one individual who lives in Orlando. 2 years ago, I spent some time actually at the nightclub. And then I went to work, and I spent that time processing. And my heart goes out to everybody here, and what you're feeling as a community, and what we're feeling globally as a community. On Monday evening, I sat in a Barrie Canada Pride meeting, our monthly board meeting, and as we did our go-around and our check-in, it was probably one of the hardest things I've had to sit through via a teleconference. To not be able to be there to physically comfort people and what they were feeling. What happened was horrific. And what happened shows us how much work as a community we need to do moving forward, and how much you often hear people talk love conquers all. Yes, love does conquer all, with a lot of action and a lot of sweat and a lot of hard work. And everybody standing here today is putting in that hard work. Thank you, Merci Miigwech, for attending today. Thank you for praying for those 49 individuals, and thank you for being with your loved ones.
Good evening. I'm Brody Lang, and I am president of Georgian Pride at Georgian College's Barrie campus. With the end to our own Pride Week here in Barrie, celebrations were mournfully reminded with another reason that we need to celebrate Pride. To remember and celebrate these that have grown our community around us. We all fight for love, and many of the victims from Orlando died while experiencing it and expressing it. Heather Hay of Muskoka Pride told me that everything is love or fear, and fear is just a calling for love. So while in the mix of all the emotions that we feel from this tragedy, never let love leave your heart. Instead, let it guide you when you are faced with adversity. In the face of ignorance, educate. Let love foster inside of you and burst forth. As we let our love shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Susanna McCarthy. I'm the chair of the board for the Gilbert Center. I'm speaking on behalf of the Gilbert Center this evening. These tragedies reminded us that there's still a great deal of anger and madness in the world that we live in. It's reminded us that as a community, as allies, as mothers, as fathers, brothers, sisters, lovers, and friends, we must stand united. We must continue to work for change, continue to demand that we and those we love are free to live and love. We must continue to fight against stigma and marginalization. This tragedy has also reminded us that in times of darkness, we see some of the best of humanity. We see the unifying spirit that brings us together during times of grief and tragedy. We see love. Right now, we're unified in grief, but we must not remain in grief. In honor of those who are lost, and those who are still with us, and those who are to come, we must continue to fight for change, to demand safety, to keep the hope that one day there will be no question of who we love or why we love them, just that we love and are loved. We at the Gilbert Center work every day trying to bring change and hope. We hope that through our efforts and the efforts of the community, we will continue to see change. We have come so far, but we still have some ground to cover. I'd like to extend an invitation to anyone who is dealing with grief, who is needing a space, who is needing someone to talk to always feel welcome at the Gilbert Center. We have a space for everyone. We have staff who are there. Or if you just need to come and sit and be, we have quiet space for that as well. Right now, we need to band together as a community. Yes, we are in mourning. Yes, we are wrought with grief, but we will overcome, and love will win. Please, take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. The turnout tonight, I think, speaks to how much this tragedy, this horrific event, has moved people in this community and, in fact, across the world. Over the last 48 hours, we've seen from the streets of Paris to Soho to outside the clubs and in the public spaces of New York City and cities across the United States, places like Berlin and Hong Kong. There have been vigils remembering those who lost their lives in this completely senseless act. And I think all of us as humans attempt in some way to comprehend an event like this, and in some way to try and make sense of it. And I've been asked that over the last day or two. How do we try and explain this? And my answer is you cannot. This is not an act which you can explain. It is a senseless act of violence. But in reading so many things that have been said and echoing the words of the past few speakers, it brings out in us a resolve to fight the hate that stood behind this attack. And I wanted to read you something because it said it so much better than I could have said it myself. It was in our national newspaper today. Our society's strength, its foundational principle is tolerance. Diversity is a fact, but tolerance is an everyday act. It's the act of coming face to face with something you may find disagreeable or uncomfortable. A woman in a veil, a man wearing a yarmulke, two people of the same sex holding hands, and recognizing that it is just not up to you to decide how others should live their lives. In the liberal West, that statement is now banal. In many other times and places, it's radical and heretical. If there's a clash of civilizations and mindsets, this is it. The normalcy of our lives and our everyday acceptance and enjoyment of difference is what the Paris and Orlando attackers sought to shatter. But our society is stronger than lone men with guns and resentments. They can kill people, but they cannot kill our ideals. We live in a country that is a beacon to the rest of the world for its tolerance. It shines forth in a world filled too often with expressions of hate as an example of how people can come together in acceptance of one another's essential humanity. And when something like this happens, it's to all of us as a community to reinforce our efforts to stop hate, to stand up against it in every form, and to support tolerance, equality, and love for all, which is such an essential Canadian value. So if there's anything I can offer you tonight as mayor of this city and as somebody who's had the opportunity in this community to try and lead, it's that all of us in Canada, from the Prime Minister to the leaders of provinces and territories, to the leaders of cities across this country where vigils have been held and these words spoken, all of us are united in our resolve to defeat hate. From the acts of the horrific acts of the 20th century on a mass scale, to what happened in Orlando the other night, I want you to know that in the end, we will overcome. Love always conquers hate. Thank you all for being here tonight.
David. Thank you to everyone that's come out this evening. Saturday was wonderful. We had a great time. It was a beautiful day. Everyone was happy. I'd like to start off with a quote from Martin Luther King. When evil men plot, good men must plan. When evil men burn and bomb, good men must build and bind. When evil men shout ugly words of hatred, good men must commit themselves to the glories of love. Tonight, let's commit ourselves to the glories of love. The kind of love we all felt this past Saturday at the Pride Parade. The kind of love that brings people together. The kind of love that can't be torn apart. I wish I wasn't here tonight. I wish we didn't have to be here tonight. No one does. We shouldn't have to light candles in order to shine a light on injustice and hatred. But we are obliged to stand up and say, we will not back down. The events in Orlando need no more description or analysis. So vile and sickening is the idea of going into a nightclub to kill and injure more than 100 people. People you don't even know. People's children, people's lovers, people's sisters and brothers. Lives were ended and families destroyed early Sunday morning. But hope remains. Hope that one day, horrific events like this one will one day be a thing of the past. Everyone here can make that happen. By being here tonight, we're saying enough is enough. We are saying no to hate, yes to love, and embracing a philosophy and an idea that spreads freedom and equality to all. One thing before I end. If there are leaders who do not believe that they will get votes if they support this movement, they are not leaders. You need to make sure that you have your leaders brave enough to stand up to their constituents and do what is right. I'll end by going back to the words of Martin Luther King. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. So true, so very, very true. Thank you.
Good evening. I come tonight as a mother and as an ally. I'm reading the words of one of my favorite bloggers. His name is John Pavlovitz. And this week he wrote, "The forgotten children were killed in Orlando. 49 children were murdered in a nightclub in Orlando this week. 49 sons and daughters carried in swollen bellies of mothers who waited breathlessly for them to arrive. 49 nurseries prepared with brightly colored walls and soft furry animals just waiting to welcome them home. 49 smooth, helpless, perfect bundles cradled in the crook of the arms of proud, nervous parents and loving siblings and beaming grandparents. 49 middle-of-the-night cries, rushed to by sleepless caregivers whose very voices quieted the fear. 49 sweet-smelling heads with swirls of fuzzy hair spirals. 49 pairs of wobbly legs begin to find their strength. 49 first words, 49 first days of school, 49 first grade recitals, 49 early morning snuggles, 49 toothless smiles, 49 fearless boys and girls, bounding and skipping and jumping through the woods and on top of beds and off of staircases. 49 scraped knees and stitched chins, 49 first loves, 49 high school crises, 49 children finding their gifts and passions and calling, all pushing towards purpose. 49 men and women navigating the worries, joys, and wounds of finding their own place in the world. 49 souls just beginning to find their voices. 49 loving and being loved. 49 laughing, dancing, embracing bodies, silenced in a second. 49 hearts ceasing to beat. 49 family members waiting in helpless, prayerful panic. 49 cell phones ringing incessantly, never to be answered again. 49 children were murdered in a nightclub in Orlando this week. 49 children's parents are grieving. 49 children's siblings, friends, lovers, spouses, and children are planning funerals. 49 children's stories were horribly interrupted. Not statistics, not people groups, not causes or cultural war symbols, not illustrations or examples or stereotypes or case studies. Children, someone's children, as treasured as your own. Flesh, blood, and bone, souls and dreams and crooked smiles. Children whose death should shake and infuriate and grieve us fully. Children whose loss is as senseless and tragic as any you can experience. 49 LGBTQ children were murdered in a nightclub this week. 49 children were born, 49 children lived, 49 children loved, 49 children deserve to be treasured. 49 children deserve to be remembered. 49 children that we promise we will do better. Love deeply.
It just fills me with such warmth to see you all here. My name is Bonnie North, and I'm privileged to be a member of the Pride Board team. And I want to talk about the candles that we're holding tonight and the candles that we're about to light. I have a quote from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who said, "People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out, but when the darkness sets in, their true beauty is revealed only if there is light from within." So I'll bring you back to Saturday when the sun was shining on us and we were all joyfully celebrating Pride. And then the wee dark hours of Sunday morning crept in, and the horror that the people in Orlando woke up to and were facing in that club happened. And so we're standing here holding candles in remembrance of those 49 people and also all of those who were wounded as well. And we're holding candles as well to push back the darkness. But the candles pale in comparison to the light of love within each of our spirits. Light that shines out from our hearts and is reflected back to us in the faces of our loved ones. We light a candle in the name of each of the Orlando shooting victims, and those lights will extinguish the darkness. Light transcends evil, it transcends anger, it transcends hate. And the lights of their spirits, those that we're remembering tonight, and each one of them is named on all of these candles rimming the perimeter here. The lights of their spirits will shine forever and never be diminished. Thank you.
So what we have here is we're lining these paper bags have candles in them. We're hoping that we're gonna light them now. We're gonna read everybody's name out, and hopefully we'll see that glow from inside that Bonnie was talking about.
Edward Sotomayor Jr., age 34. Stanley Amaldovar III, age 23. Luis Omar Ocasio Capo, age 20. Juan Ramon Guerrero, age 22. Eric Ivan Ortiz Rivera, age 36. Peter O. Gonzalez Cruz, age 22. Luis S. Vialma, age 22. Kimberly Morris, age 37. Eddie Jamal Droy Justice, age 30. Daryl Roman Burt II, age 29. Bianca Deirdre Drayton, age 32. Anthony Luis Laureano Disla, age 25. Alejandro Barrios Martinez, age 21. Jean Carlos Mendez Perez, age 35. Frankie Jimmy de Jesus Velasquez, age 50. Amanda Alvear, age 25. Martin Benitez Torres, age 33. Luis Daniel Wilson Leon, age 37. Mercedes Marisol Flores, age 26. Xavier Emmanuel Serrano Rosado, age 35. Gilberto Ramon Silva, Gilberto Ramon Silva Menendez, age 25. Simon Adrian Carrillo Fernandez, age 31. Oscar A. Aracena Montero, age 26. Enrique R. Rios Jr., age 25. Miguel Angel Honorato, age 30. Javier Jorge Reyes, age 40. Joel Rayon Paniagua, age 32. Jason Benjamin Josephat, age 19. Corey James Connell, age 21. Juan P. Rivera Velasquez, age 37. Luis Daniel Conde, age 39. Shane Evan Tomlinson, age 33. Juan Jeves Martinez, age 25. Gerald Arthur White, age 31. Leroy Valentin Fernandez, age 25. Teven Eugene Crosby, age 25. Jonathan Antonio Camui Vega, age 25. Jean C. Neves Rodriguez, age 27. Rodolfo Ayala, age 33. Brenda Lee Marquez McCool, age 49. Yedmari Rodriguez Sullivan, age 24. Christopher Andrew Lenonen, age 32. Angel L. Candelario Padro, age 28. Frank Hernandez, age 27. Paul Terrell Henry, age 41. Antonio Devon Brown, age 29. Christopher Joseph Sanfeliz, age 24. Geraldo A. Ortiz Jimenez, age 25. And Akira Monet Murray, age 18.
All right, everybody. Now we're going to have a moment of silence. to honor the victims.
I was honored that somebody asked me to come here and sing this, but I'm deeply saddened that I have to come here and sing this. So this will, of course, go out to all the families, victims in Orlando, and anybody who's ever lost anybody to tragic circumstances. Feel free to sing along. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. There's a land that I once heard of, once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. One day I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way, way up high, there's a land that I once heard of, once in a lullaby. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow,
That there is a Barrie Pride banner that is on a table over beside the rainbow flag. We're asking people to sign their names, put a short message onto that banner. What we're going to be doing is when we're complete with it, actually send it down to Orlando to let them know that there's support all around the world for what's happened. So please make your way to the table with the rainbow flag. Please sign your name on the Barrie Pride banner. It's going to mean a lot to these people when we send it down to them. Thank you so much. So that is the end of our agenda for this evening. Please feel free to stay as long as you need to in order to validate what you feel inside. Also, please make your way to the table and sign the banner, because that's going to mean so much to the people down in Orlando. It's just to show them that there's love around the world for them is going to be very important. So again, thank you all so much for being here, and let's not do this again soon.
Line up on either side of the table, going that way.